Hey y'all. Hey, how you doing? Listen, I love I love everyone. Okay? I hate a lot of people. I hate jerks. I hate racists. I hate people who lie. I hate narcissists. But other than that, I love everyone. But you know who I love the most? I love white people who are honest about white supremacy and racism in this world. And I love those even more who defend Black people in the face of racism. Right? So now I'd like to call to the front of the congregation the owners of restaurant Nick's in the Sticks, I believe. The owners of Nick's in the Sticks, please come to the front of the congregation. This restaurant is located in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Shout out to Alabama. Um, let's see what Nick's in the Sticks, the owners called some of their restaurant patrons. Now let's mosey on down to TikTok, shall we? And see the owners of Nick's in the Sticks and let them, let us know how they really feel about us Black folk, right? Here we go. So this is Nick's in the Sticks. Listen to this.
What you did.
But we spend our green money.
And then they come, wait a minute. Hey, wait a minute. Then you come out here.
Call the police.
Please, we need a report. Please, call it.
Please
Oh, we need a report.
You called us some niggas and you called them police?
Those are the owners. They're being confronted after calling a group of Black people, and there was a white man in that party. He called them niggers after they had ate at his restaurant and given him business.
Hey, you messed up, man.
No, I didn't mess up.
Yeah, you did. Because this is their first time experience and they're friends of mine here.
That was
and then
not,
you want to make me feel bad because I sat down at the table and then you asked me if I'm going to consult with these NIGGERS.
No.
Yeah,
Bullshit.
That's exactly what you said. Every one of them heard it.
No, they did not.
Yes, they did.
They was all in.
Yes, they did. And then when I got pissed off, and you knew I was pissed, you wouldn't hide behind the bushes.
No.
And I walked right around there and couldn't find you. That's not right. This is
here.
their first time here, Greg. I was just bragging. Ask everyone. I was bragging how good it was to come here. And they wanted to come back until you showed your ass out here and had a problem with race.
Today is my son's 22nd birthday and he has to encounter this? Really?
That's not right.
You should be ashamed of yourself, man.
You should.
So you know what? We're not going to have anything else to say. We're not.
He is speechless.
I'm making my point to you. These are my friends. I've known him a long time.
Our first time down
And you
here,
did not
he called
like it
all
that I
us
sat
a
down and talked
nigger.
to him, and when I come out, you confront me for talking to him.
No, man, we're not leaving because
You say, so you condone this? That's what you asked me. You condone the blacks? Ain't no condone about it. They're my friends. They're just like us. You just didn't want them in there. And I'm not for that. And you know what? As far as I'm concerned, everybody that eats in here that I know will probably never be back.
Oh, this is going live. I'm posting all of this.
Thank you, Mr. Ryan. Thank you.
How was it?
I apologize, y'all's first night.
You can't pick stupid, sir. You cannot.
Well, just tell me what was said when you walked out.
When I walked out, he jumped all over me and said, so you condone sitting at the table with the NIGGERS?
Yeah, thank you.
Wow. Wow. So he is the white guy, those are his friends. Okay. He suggested a restaurant and brought them. I don't know if they're from out of town, but he invited them to this restaurant who apparently has rave reviews. And so I guess afterwards he stepped out and the owner was like, why are you with them? You condone these niggers? Like, this is what you do? Those are your peoples? Like this? So you like hanging out with these? So the restaurant owner was basically calling him a nigger lover. Okay. And that is a term, that's a well-known term. That term goes back decades, if not a century, for basically pro-abolitionists and people who intermarried with African Americans. Racist whites always called people who are not racist, basically, and mingle with black people nigger lovers. That's basically what he was calling him. And shout outs to this gentleman for standing up, because a lot of white people, listen, and you know what? One thing about me, y'all know this, I hate playing dumb. I can't stand beating around the bush and playing dumb. All right, let's call it for what it is. A lot of you white people, you may not be racist, but you heard racist talk and you stay silent. And I'm not blaming you. You might have grown up in a household where your father freely threw around the N-word, right? You may not be racist, but you've heard it so much, you don't speak out against it. So I know it's tough. It may be tough to speak out against it or to go against your family members and your loved ones. And I know it's hard for a lot of white people to go against their white community, but it needs to be done. You know why? Because black people as a group, we need allies like this. Because look, if the black people were the ones confronting him, if the black people were the only one confronting him, that white racist nicking the sticks owner would be like, shut up. Did you see the wife run? I'm going to call the police. Right? That's when all the black people started talking. But what they did is they were quiet, the black people, and let the white guy talk. Because unfortunately, it's sad, but you can see his word holds weight. He was holding that racist accountable. Now look at him. He looked like a dog with his tail in between his legs. He was speechless. He didn't know what to say. And we need more of this, because when we come out and call racism out, what do we always get? What are we always hit with? Oh, you're playing the race card. You're playing the race card. In this situation, that guy, that he can't pull out, oh, you're playing the race card. He couldn't say anything. Look at it. Watch the video. The white guy was befuddled. He was perplexed. He like,
And I'm not for that.
look at it. He
And
can't
you know
say
what? As far as I'm
anything.
concerned, everybody that eats in here that I know will probably never be back.
Oh, this is going live. I'm posting all of this.
So when the black people were
Please,
talking,
we need a report.
Then you come out. Wait a minute. Then you come out.
they were dismissive of the black people. See, listen, we have to dissect racism and the gaslighting that goes on when we try to call out racist whites.
Wait a minute. Hey, wait a minute. Then you come out here.
Call the police.
Please, we need a report. Please.
The black people talking to the racist owners.
Call it. Oh, we need a report.
Hey, you messed up, man.
No, I didn't mess up.
Yeah, you did. Because this is their first time experiencing their friends of mine here.
That was
and then
not,
you want to make me feel bad because I sat down at the table and then you asked me if I'm going to consult with these NIGGERs.
No.
Yeah,
Bullshit.
that's exactly what you said. Every one of them heard it.
No, they did not.
Yes, they did.
They was all
They did. And then when I got pissed off, and you knew I was pissed, you wouldn't hide behind them.
He tried to lie. And when the white guy kept holding his feet to the fire, right? He just couldn't deny it anymore. Like racist whites, you're racist. Do it with your chest. Be a racist with your whole chest. Why punk out and try to deny your racism? It's who you are.
In the bushes.
No.
And I walked right around there and couldn't find you. That's not right. This is their first time here, Greg.
That was.
I was just bragging. Ask everyone. I was bragging how good it was to come here. And they wanted
now
to come back
him sitting
until
down,
you
he
showed your
surrendered.
ass out here and had a problem with race.
Today is my son's 22nd birthday, and he has to encounter this? Really?
That's not right.
You should be ashamed of yourself, man.
You should.
So you know what?
There's nothing else to say, sir. You're a racist. And so this brings me to another point. You know, with every business, and I don't know if I'm just overthinking, every business I go into, in my mind, I automatically think, if especially it's white owned, I know they're racist. They're probably calling me. I always say this in my brain. They will take your money, but behind your back, when the transaction's over, they're calling you all types of niggers. I always think this to myself. They're calling me all types of nigger bitches. I know it. I know it. So I'm not surprised. I'm not shocked at all. This is not an anomaly. This is most white owned businesses. They want your money. Just like, okay, go to a what about the hair stores? They can't stand our guts. A lot of them are Asian owned. They can't stand our guts. But they'll take our money and call us all kinds of, I don't know what racist, Szechuan, whatever, behind our backs when we leave. All types. And that's something that I'm aware of. I am aware, like, I don't put it past, because us navigating as Blacks, navigating in this world, you don't know who your ally is. You can see a white person, you have no clue. That's why I'm very cautious with everyone I meet. They could be smiles, all smiley with you, but I know in my mind that's a front. And like I said, they're calling me all types of slurs, either at home, at their dinner table, in their mind, in their heart. So I really honestly have a hard time trusting people of other races. I do. Because of the nature of racism. You people don't wear racism on their sleeves. You can't see it, like you see me, you know I'm Black. I see you, I know you're white. I can't tell what's in your heart. And you know how this is evident? A lot of mixed race people who are light enough to pass, this has been a tale as old as time. White people will freely, like, speak about Blacks, like, in a derogatory way around other white people. And the thing is, they don't know if you're white or not. They don't know if you're racist or not, but white people will freely speak about Black people in a negative way around other whites. They look around, the coast is clear. Okay, you see the niggers, you see the and a lot of mixed race, white passing Black people will be there and just witness it. And a lot of them don't say anything, which is a problem. I remember a long time ago, in my church was non-denominational. But the pastor was white. So there was a lot of white people there. There's a few Blacks, it was just it was multicultural. So I went to a women's retreat, and the leader of the women's retreat, she was, at first glance, to me, she was a white woman, but she had some flavor I was like, oh wow, she's white, but she's hip with it. That was my impression of her from afar. Come to find out, I got to know her, and she had a Black husband too. So I was like, oh, she got some flavor, because she's married to a Black man. All right. Okay, fine. So we went on a women's retreat. I forgot what it was called, an encounter. We went on a women's encounter retreat. So we were talking about traumas, right? We were talking about past traumas, and she stood up to testify. This lady began to talk about being raised by, I don't know if her mom was white, her dad was white. So she was biracial. I was floored because she looked like a straight up white woman. She's a white passing biracial woman. Do you know this lady started talking about growing up and experiencing racism, but not towards her? She talked about being in many rooms where white people, even her own family members, would start throwing around the N-word, and she is there. They did not know well, people who weren't related to her did not know she was half black. And she said the way not a few, like almost every white person that she encountered that were not her family, that didn't know she was mixed, would just talk so bad about black people and throw around the N-word. And she said she grappled with her white side for the longest. Like, she rejected her white side because of the rampant racism, not towards her, but from being basically in the ends. She saw what it was like. So that's why she had that, well, she's half black, but she turned more towards her black side. Black kids, her black husband, she completely rejected her white side. And I just remember her crying and screaming into the microphone. She had a breakdown, but I guess she also had a breakthrough as well, because we had a lot of white women there, and you couldn't hear a pin drop in the room. It was one of the most awkwardest moments that I've ever experienced. And you can sense some shame from the white women in the room. Like, you can feel it, because even though they may not have acted like that, but they know what she's talking about. They very well know what she's talking about. Right? If here's some history too. There was a guy, Creole. So, the Creoles are notoriously mixed. A lot of Creoles are mixed race, with the French and the, blacks with some French and some native from Louisiana. So there was a writer named, oh my God, Aristotle Broyard. Y'all know I'm a nerd. Please bear with me. I told y'all I'll be researching. Y'all be pissed at me because y'all be saying I don't know what I'm talking about. Listen, I like to research. Y'all gonna go down this research rabbit hole with me, all right? Come on down. Let's research. Research. It grows your mind. It grows your brain. All right. That's why I'm on here researching with you guys. I don't know half the time. I'll bring up a topic. I don't know what's going on, but by the end of the video, we'll know what's going on. Y'all was pissed at me, but research is good. Research piques your brain activity. It does. Anyways, so look up Aristotle Broyard, right? He was a writer of Creole descent. He decided to pass. He was white passing. I think his name was Aristotle. He was a writer for the New York Times. And he even said how, because he was white passing, he witnessed a lot of racism. This is going back in the 60s and 70s, I think. He witnessed a lot of racism. It was hard. He said it was so hard to pass. It's called Passé Blanc. It was hard, but it was something he felt like he had to do to further his life, because being listed as colored or Negro, you weren't, a lot of times you weren't getting anywhere. It was hard to get anywhere. He wanted to get up out of the South. He became a writer, and he knew the only way he can become successful was to Passé Blanc, married a white woman, and his daughter, Bliss Broyard, was on that show, Finding Your Roots, and she talks about it. So that was a good episode of Finding Your Roots with Aristotle Broyard and Bliss Broyard. Anyhow, so kudos. I give props to those whites. I give immense props to whites who are not afraid to call out their fellow whites, because that's the only time I feel like they will feel some kind of shame, like this owner did of Nixon the Sticks, the owner. You can tell he surrendered and he couldn't deny it. And I think it was because of that white man. Because again, like I said, black people, they dismiss us and they call the cops. And we can get rowdy too. Rightfully so, because how are we going to patronize your stupid restaurant and then you turn around and call us niggers? Listen, I would listen, start throwing plates and shit, because it's maddening. It's mad. It makes no sense. If I don't like you, don't come to my business. But the thing is with these businesses, they hate us, but they will take our money. See, Black people, we don't operate like that. If we don't like you, we're not going to smile, yeah, and then welcome you, take your money, and then call you all kinds of crackers and shit and other racist terms. We don't roll like that. And I think a lot of times, us being African in nature, we are a welcoming people. It doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter. We welcome you. We truly love you. Like we are just blessed to have you and to serve you. We have a spirit of serving people. Black people aren't like that. Now, racist whites, and I don't know if this is the difference, and what I don't know if this is what kind of goes against us as Black people. These racist whites can smile in your face, take your money, and still harbor hatred for you. Like, how do we know they didn't spit in their food? Like, Black people, we're not doing that. We are not doing that. But a lot of these other cultures are able to do that. They are able to 100% sneer at us while serving. I cannot fathom that. It's disgusting behavior. But do you think that that's what holds us back as a community sometimes? Do y'all think so? Like, I just don't know. I don't know how to grapple with that. How do you have contempt for a people, but you can sit there and serve them? How do you know? He says you condone these niggers, but he just cooked your food? Absolutely not. So if y'all Black, do not patronize nicks in the sticks, because you don't know if they're throwing sticks in your food. You have no clue. Kudos to this white man for standing up. I hope God blesses him. Now look at the comments. Salute to Big Dog. One day we'll all be in harmony. I really hope so. I really hope so, because Black people, we listen, we go hard for those we love, and we go hard for what we believe in. We go hard. We need allies to go hard like this, because it takes allies to actually sometimes combat this. Because they can't tell the allies, oh, they can't tell the racist person can't tell other white people, oh, you're pulling the race card. They can't use that. See, they already have their responses to us to dismiss us. You're using the race card. You're a DEI hire. All of those things to dismiss us. You can't dismiss your fellow white. Look at this video is a case in point. He stood 10 toes down for his friends. I love it too. And I have white friends who go up for me. And you know how I know they don't have a racist bone in their body? Because they have defended me. Those are the actual ones I call my friends. They have defended me. I have a couple of coworkers. They defended me in the face of racism. That's how you know those people are truly like, and I've been to their house, they've been to my place, like, when you know, you know. But you can't readily trust anybody like that. You don't know what's in their heart. I love how they handled this, and he's a real one. We right at dawn to nicks in the sticks. All right. But you know what's funny? Nicks in the sticks, this is another thing. Nicks in the sticks will continue to do well because racist whites will give him business. See, a lot of times these businesses, they're rewarded. It happens all the time. They are rewarded for their racism. That's how you know there's so much racist whites. Because if there wasn't, then his business will tank, but it will flourish. I'm curious to see, to keep an eye on this. They flourish. Just like when racist cops shoot someone. Don't you see the GoFundMes that skyrocket to like $1 million? Because racist whites will reward these racist people. I have been there a bunch, but I'll never go back now. He's standing on business. This is the type of solidarity and friendship we all need. This really warmed my heart to see him stand up for his friends. He's a good man with a lot of heart. This is how the fix starts. Hats off to you, sir, for speaking up. I live in Tuscaloosa. I heard it was a good place to eat from a client. I guess I will never know. Tuscaloosa, that's Alabama, y'all. Alabama folk. Is it really racist like that down there? I heard that a lot. But I thought we're in 2024. I wish he was my friend and my neighbor. This is what we need, y'all. This is what, and listen, don't take this the wrong way. I know there are a lot of whites like this gentleman out there, but we are all hyped over this because it's few and far between. We don't see it all the time because a lot of white people, they will be pariahs for speaking out against racism. That's how you know the racism is bad, because he risks being shunned from his community. He said they didn't hear it because they were too far off, not because he didn't say it. Wow. Anyways, yeah, nicks in the sticks. Go to hell. We don't need this racism. We don't need this. Where you have Black people patronizing your business. Not anymore. Not anymore. Let me know what you guys think. Please do not forget to like, comment, subscribe.